We're also talking about content. So everybody get out your phones real quick. I hope you got an Instagram. We're going to do a little story. We're going to do a little story. Oh, they don't have them in here?
No, they're good. They're right here.
Oh, perfect. Do what? Service ducks in here. That's all right. All right, guys, you're here. You are here, which means you're taking the next steps to grow whatever it is that you're growing. You should tell people about that. It's a good thing. You should be proud of it. Okay? So when you open up Instagram, you can start a story. You can tag me in it. I got a big audience on Instagram, and I'm going to share every one of them on the way home. Maybe when I get home. This afternoon, you can tag me in it. Anybody that follows me today, I'll follow you back. Okay? It's called social media. All right? So it's media that's also social. So if yours isn't performing like you want it to, it's probably not very social. All right? So everybody open up a story. We got everybody here. I'm right here. We're all going to wave and make a whole bunch of racket, and you guys can tag everybody as you're posting it. Y'all ready to rock and roll? I'll do one with you right here.
Make some racket, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Legit racket.
All right. It's pretty easy. Folks, we're here at the program EV13 right here in Smith County, Tennessee. Let's go! That's easy. That's all you got to do. That's how easy it is. You just make content. Okay? Remember when your teacher told you, guys, you're never going to have a calculator in your pocket at all times. You got to learn to do math, right? You got a camera in your pocket at all times. Use it. Use it. All right. So, do you guys believe, who here has kids? Awesome. So at least somebody in your house is spending 8 to 10 hours a day looking at a screen. Most of you do too and don't even realize it. All right? So guys, what I believe is if they don't see you and they see your competitors, that's who gets the business. Who would disagree with that? They're spending 6 to 8 hours a day or more. Do they even see you? My favorite thing is when people tell me, dude, like, I get online and all I see is your stuff. I'm like, good, the team's doing a good job. Right? That's what I want. Who would think there might be a problem with that more is more on social media? Who here has the opinion that, like, well, can you post too much? Let's talk about that for a minute. Who thinks that that's real? That you could post too much?
Not if you have something good to say.
Well, on social media, they opt in, don't they? So when you make advertising material to grow your business, are you putting content out for people that don't want to see too much, or are you putting content out for people that need to see it a lot? Who's it for? Right? The people that don't want to see it, are they buying from you anyways? Right? That's not who you make content for, is it? All right. Do you guys put out content on a regular basis? Who puts out at least one piece of content per day? Awesome.
Getting there.
Getting there?
Took a hiatus for a while, but yeah, I'm back to it.
Go ahead. You do one a day?
For my personal gym, but not for like my personal brand.
Okay. So businesses come and go, man, and I hope you have an exit plan from your business when you start it. That's like a good idea to start with the end in mind. How do you exit? Okay. So when you exit, like if you have a personal brand, that's always yours. It's personal. It's your personal brand, right? And studies are showing that 58% of people are buying first from a company that has an established personal brand behind it. Okay? Think about it. TikTok shops, Etsy stores. Like, you don't always buy from the big companies anymore. A lot of the stuff you buy is from the little guy, like us, right? If they can find you. Okay? So why do you need to post? Like, my team's posting 4 to 6 times per day on every single platform, plus 8 to 15 stories. Right? That's what your competition's doing too. How do you keep up with that if you're doing once a week? All right? So when you see a commercial on TV, do you only see it once and then it goes away? Do they keep running that sucker? Right? Tonight, there's going to be Friends reruns on, and that show ended 20 years ago. They're going to keep on running them because they work. Right? Guys, You want to be in front of people all the time. It's called social media. More is more. That's my stance. That's my opinion. People argue with it all the time. But like all the people that have been mentors to me, that's the play they did and it worked. I did it and it worked for me too. So what would be the reasons that you guys can't post at least one piece of content per social media platform per day? There's the big 6. Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. What's the last one? What am I missing? LinkedIn. All right. Do you guys have all 6? Why? Do you have customers on LinkedIn? Not if you don't have a LinkedIn. Right? Twitter. I never surf X. But my stuff's on there every day. And I do go in there and reply to comments and whatnot. See who's giving support, right? It's great feedback. So why don't you guys have those platforms? Just because you have a personal struggle don't mean you have to let that affect the people that need your help. You can just not look at it, but you can still get stuff posted on there. You can be disciplined with it. There's cookies in my cupboard that I will not eat tonight. Fingers crossed.
Schedule from other apps that might help you out if you are struggling with that.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about some, like what you focus on grows. The little things are the big things. And we're going to talk about some tools that you guys can use to do that here in just a little bit. But first I want to know where you're at and like what choices you've made that led you to why you don't have it. Guys, every choice that you make is either taking you to your goals or away from your goals. Every single one of them, even the subconscious ones.
Yeah, I think
Who's the content for? Them. And you're making it about you. That's selfish as shit, isn't it? Right? When you're scared, people have fear of public speaking. Bro, who's the speak for? Why are you making it about you? That's how I got my 3-year-old to overcome stage fright in 1 second. Right? Change your focus, shift your perspective. It ain't hard. It ain't about you. It's what you can do for other people. Right? Most of the things that are keeping you guys from moving forward in whatever it is because you're making it about you and not the impact that it has on somebody else. All right? There's a keynote speaker named, I believe her name's Brooke. I got to give her more credit. She's awesome. But she said the definition of impact is when you live out your God-given uniqueness in the marketplace. That's when you make an impact. Do you guys believe God put you here for a reason? Yes. What is it then? I think that comes with great responsibility. Right? And if you hadn't started living it out yet, when? When? You came here, is this the kickoff? Or are you going to go back home after you just got your butt handed to you for 2 days and nothing changes? There was about 10 years of my life where every January 1st I woke up in the same place I was the year before. Sound familiar? I think that sucks. But that's on you. That is 100% on you. And the moment that you can own that, you can change it. Guys, everything has to be your fault. Everything has to be your fault because that's the only way you can fix it. If it's somebody else's fault, you gave up control. Okay? I was coaching my son's 14-year-old baseball team this weekend. And, they were griping about the umpires, right? I'm like, well, the good ones are in the big leagues. Okay? You got 14-year-old umpires, right? But you got 3 strikes last time I checked. Why are you so upset about 1 pitch? Right? Could you have not swung at one of the other pitches before that you took that were right down the freaking middle? Could you have not been ready for that first pitch when you got in? Could you not have been more prepared so that didn't happen? Take responsibility, man. Right? Every problem that you have in your life, if you have kids, I want you to ask yourself, if your kid came to you with that problem, what advice would you give to them? And are you willing to do that on your own? These are all things that I had to learn. I've been doing things at elite levels my entire life, but at 33 years old, I was broke and lost. Okay? You should have seen the car we drove. It was my wife's Nissan Sentra that wasn't yet my wife yet. So technically it was her car, and it had like 2 fenders. It was the only car, and it started most of the time. Okay? Life sucked back then. It was hard. Being successful has been hard too. I just had to pick one. I choose the successful hard. I choose the winning hard, right? So going back to this, all the reasons that I don't use a lot of cuss words in my stuff, but guys, all the reasons you got that you're not doing that's bullshit. Own it. Change it. Make time. Create time. Nick, I don't have the money. Not yet. That means you got to find time. Everybody's got time. All of you. Okay? It's what you do with it. And then when you run out of time, you'll probably have some money. And that's when you vet it out. Like, I have a team and they do great work. But for a long time, it was just me filming it, editing it, posting it. All right? So how did I make the decision to hire a team? The same way I hired the person that cuts my grass, the same way that we hired the household cleaner that cleans our house. At some point in time, my time became more valuable than it was on the lawnmower. If anything, it was just spend that 2 hours with my kids. That's when I vetted it out. Make sense? That's how you vet it out here. At some point in time, your time that you're spending on it will need to be spent somewhere else, and that's when you got to vet it out. Okay? That's when you do it. I could just talk about this one all day long. People can't buy from you if they don't know you're there. Period. It's your job to tell them. It's your job to give people the tools so that they can tell other people about you. Make sense? Guys, the buyer's journey is pretty simple. It starts with awareness. They have to be aware of you and what you do. From awareness turns into discovery, right? They're learning about you. They're learning about what you do. Are you good at it? Now they're going to start to consider, is this the person that I should do business with? Okay? The same way you buy, by the way, you all buy stuff and you're all consumers. The reasons that you buy, are you making those the reasons that other people buy? You have favorite restaurants, favorite stores, favorite brands. Why are they your favorite? And how do you take that, what you practiced as a consumer, and flip that around to use on other consumers? You already have all the knowledge. You're living it, right? From consideration goes to conversion. People make choices. Sometimes it's with you. Once you've got them as a client, you can build a relationship, right? And last is retention. Warren Buffett said, the purpose of a business is to build a customer that brings new customers. Affiliate marketing. Right? Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on planet Earth, loves affiliate marketing. The best customers who? All day long. All day long. New money is the hardest money to find. Right? People have already bought from you, that love you, that like you. That's easy money to find, ain't it? If you have a relationship and there's two-way communication. Often. Okay? You're not going to be the guy that only reaches out when you need something, are you? I have two of my best friends in the world. They do that. When they call, I'm like, oh, crap. What do they need? Well, they need. Not one time do they ever call and say, Nick, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? That's right. So, but I tell them about it all the time. You know what I mean? I tell them about it all the time, because if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to other people. It's not helping them out, right? Customers have to stand who they are doing business with. Bless you. They have to understand who they're doing business with, right? So, guys, you might say, I have a kick-ass website. Says it all right there. There's a reason that people go to your website once and very rarely ever again. You know why? It does not change. But your Facebook and your Instagram does. When people want to validate the success of somebody else, they go to the YouTube and Instagram first to look at a couple of key metrics. Those are where people go to validate who you are and what you do. YouTube, who's owned by Google, and Instagram. Okay? So you got to have a presence on there. If you hadn't got started yet, you're not too terribly late, but it's getting there. All right, the reputation formula. This is where it gets real. Y'all ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
All right, dude. So I told you before, your reputation is your personal brand, your online reputation. What's your reputation? It's your results times your reach. It's what you've accomplished and how many people know about it. All right? Who here does not have an iPhone? Bless his heart. We'll fix that soon. It's all right. Now, how did everybody here get an iPhone? The main company, Apple, right? Do you know what Apple does? You know what they're good at? They reach a lot of people, don't they? All of you know who Apple is, and you know what they've accomplished, right? So how many people know what you've accomplished online? What reach you got? I believe that just like, in school, we got graded with A, B, C's, D's, and F. Some of us maybe got more D's and F's than others. But some of us may have got more A's than others. But then when you got out of school, they stopped keeping grades, didn't they? So I think the report card when you leave school turns into your bank account. What kind of grade you making? Got to have something to measure, right? Got to have something to measure. So the reputation formula is your reputation equals your results times your reach. So how do you build reach? How do you build your reputation? Yes, sir.
You tell your story.
Tell your story. What's one of the easiest ways to tell your story?
Put it out on social.
Put it out on social. I just told people what I was doing today. Right? And you can too. Tell your story as many times as you can to anybody that will listen, because they might tell somebody else. The more people that know what you've accomplished, the more reach you have. When you go fishing, do you want a little net or a big net? Big. Right? Dude, social media is fishing all day long. Fishing with an F, okay?